Hello, fourth grade. Nice to see you today. I might not see some of you today, but today we are going to learn about stained glass windows, and you're going to watch a little bit of a video, and then we're going to start making our own. You can kind of see these, you can look through them in the light. And I'm just going to do a little quick demonstration of how you guys are going to start. Today we're going to use black glue and some tissue paper will be next time, but we're gonna start making our stained glass window. So I'm gonna put this on and do a little demo. Okay. All right, so here's my paper. The first thing you are gonna do is we'll hand out these papers. You can trace around them so you can make like sort of a perfect square. And then these little template papers, the square to trace around, you'll go ahead and return those so that the other class can use them. And let me see. Hopefully I'm doing this. I'm going to make two. And you can make one or you can make two based on what you see in the video. If you have a good design in mind, that's great. But sometimes it's fun to make two, and then you can choose which one you want to make. And if you have enough time, then you can make two once we get started. So I'm going to make these two templates, and then I'm just going to make a design with my Sharpie on the inside. You can do it in pencil first if you're a little worried. We're going to make big shapes that you can fill in with these colors, and they all need to sort of close off, so keep that in mind when you're making your design. This one's sort of a monochromatic sunset. If I had more colors when I made it, which you guys will, I could make it with the sun with all kinds of different colors. So just kind of think about what you want. I might just start with a shape in the middle. And you can use organic shapes. You guys can use shapes that are meaningful to you. You can make an image if you want to. Stained glass windows are all about design, and so you can just use design elements, which I'm going to do in this one. I was just talking to the second grade about Gustav Klimt, who used a lot of designs. So I'm going to kind of use some of the things that I found interesting in his work. We're going to try to avoid small spaces. This one's a little bit small, but I think I can do it. And then I'm going to put my own segments in here. You can just do this however you want. Again, you can do it with pencil if you're a little bit worried that you might not like your drawing, and you might want to. This again is kind of a small space, but that's all right. So we're just going to draw it on the paper. I'm going to flip this around and do a different one. Let's see. I'm going to do a little oceanscape, I think. I'm going to make a line straight across here. And then maybe a little sunset. And a little beach. And you can think about all the colors that you want to put in there. My sunbeams, and maybe a few little waves across, and maybe I want to kind of come up here and connect that one, and then I got to connect it somewhere else so that I can fill in each one of these spaces with different colors eventually. And then maybe I'm going to make a little bit of a that little foamy shoreline that you do. Okay, so Then I'm going to put my transparency paper, which is this little plastic guy, over the top. And for the purposes of demonstration, I'm only going to do this top one. But you're going to take glue that we've stained black, and we're going to squeeze it out. You got to kind of try to get into the lines. It's okay if it's a little wobbly. Try to keep it even. Mark there. This part would represent that lead in the inside of an actual stained glass window that you guys saw in the video. And I'm just going to go over all my lines. And you know what? I used black Sharpie on here to make my lines, but you might use another color in your like if you want to get one of your Crayola markers out and make it in any color, then that way at least you know where all your lines are and where they're not, because I'm finding that this in black, it might be a little bit hard for me to make sure that I did all of my lines. One way you can do it is just to shift it and make sure that all those lines are there, and then I can put it back and put in this. Oh, I'm going to do one more over here. If you think that you needed a couple extra lines, that's fine too. Alright, so now actually I am going to flip this all around and do the second one. But when you flip it around, you got to be careful that you don't get glue all over your hands, okay? Because now this part is going to be where my hands go, so I have to be kind of careful not to get it on me. Or you might want to do the one that's closer to you first and then flip it, so that glue's not getting all over your arms and your clothes and stuff. You know what? I'm going to put another little circle in here. Oops. If your glue starts to separate because you have it on the plastic, then just kind of pick it up a little bit. Although I find that it's better to just always be pulling it away from your line. And this glue is pretty thick. So it should make a nice line there for you to have a little barrier once you go ahead and put in your papers. I'm going to get that out of there a little bit. But if you do that, don't touch your clothes, okay? Alright, so there you have it. I can take it off. Oh, and I see a few spots when I take it off that didn't quite touch. So then go in and touch it up, make sure they all connect. And there you go. So I'm going to put it back on my paper, and then you're going to keep these at the back of your classroom on a shelf, and then we're going to totally dry these, and then next time I come, we're going to put this colored paper on there, and I'll show you how to do it, and then they will shine brightly in the sun. And this one I pulled off of the transparency, but sometimes if you just cut it and you can keep it on top of the harder plastic part, sometimes that's nice too. Alright, I'll see you guys later, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.